Good morning. This is Saturday morning, Destiny Matters, wherever you are joining us from. This is the day when we meet every morning on Saturday, 7:30 a.m., just about plus or minus. And we talk about coping. And today we are focusing on no more excuses. That is the discussion that we are having today. No more excuses. And I want to speak to someone who knows very deep in their heart that there is more in them than what they are seeing now. I want to speak to someone who dreams, somebody who have ideas, somebody who has potential, somebody who has gifting, but they feel like somehow life has not showed what they see. Things are moving slower than expected. I want to speak to someone who is tired of postponing, somebody who is tired of defending delay, somebody who is tired of explaining, somebody who is tired of stagnation, somebody who is tired of negotiating with comfort. This is the person that I am speaking to this morning. And on matters of destiny, we are saying, from today, no more excuses. No more excuses. That's a discussion that we are having this morning. No more excuses. Destiny does not respond to excuses. Destiny responds to decisions. Destiny responds to discipline. Destiny responds to movement. And that is why today I am focusing on, in my program Destiny Matters, I'm focusing on no more excuses. Many people do not fail because they are not gifted, no. Many people do not fail because they do not have opportunity, no. Many people do not fail because they are not intelligent. Many people do not fail because they have not mastered the art of their skill. Many people fail because they are not executing. Many people fail because they are there, they are not taking the right action. So people often know what they need to do, they intend to do it, but they keep postponing to someday, which they call someday aisle, someday city, someday area. And today I am telling you, no more excuses. That's the focus today. In my Destiny Matters today, I am focusing on no more excuses. We are not going to excuse ourselves again. And we are coming off that irad that is called someday. We are declaring no more excuses on matters of destiny. No more postponement. No more rationalization. No more self-sabotage. You're saying, I will do it tomorrow. I'll do it next year. I'm going to do it. No. When it comes to issues of destiny, today we are declaring no more excuses. Excuses are the language of delay. An excuse is not just a statement. An excuse is a mindset. An excuse is a reason that we use to protect ourselves from discomfort. Is a reason we use to protect us from acting. It is a language of delay. It is a vocabulary of fear. Excuses are a defense mechanism because someone has got undisciplined potential. Therefore, today we are saying no more excuses. We are not going to have any excuse again. Do you know excuses sound intelligent? Do you know that excuses sometimes sound logical? Do you know sometimes excuses sometimes sound convincing? Do you know that sometimes excuses even sound spiritual? But at the end of the day, they keep someone stuck. At the end of the day, they keep someone not moving forward. At the end of the day, your destiny remains unfulfilled. And so today, we are saying no more excuses. Listen to me today. People say, it is not yet my time. People say, I do not have enough money. People say, I do not have enough people. People say, I was not given the same opportunities. People say that my background is too difficult. People say my age is working against me. People say the economy is bad. People say I am waiting for the right moment. I am here to say to you today, no more excuses. Your excuses may sound very logical. They may sound rational. They may sound convincing. But the truth is, these excuses, no matter how logical they are, no matter how reasonable, no matter how convincing they may be, the truth is, these excuses will not fulfill your destiny. So today, I am asking you to make a shift. I am asking you to make a shift from excuses to execution. You shift from excuses to execution. If you're just joining me right now, we are talking about no more excuses. No more excuses. I need you to share this live, and I also need you to like it and let somebody know, why have you been making reasons that sound logical, sound convincing, but in the end it still keeps you stuck. In the end, it keeps you still in the same level. And so we are saying most people know what they should do, but they keep postponing action with what we call someday thinking. There is a thinking called someday thinking. You're saying that you want to do it at a certain point. That will give you peace, but it will not advance your life. The problem with the excuses is that they give you what we call emotional relief. But even after it has given you emotional relief, the truth is it cannot produce action. It cannot take you to where you want to be. It cannot produce practical results. An excuse can make you feel temporarily justified. An excuse can make you feel convinced. But listen to me. Excuses may sound logical, but they will not take you forward. They will not cause you to fulfill your vision. Excuses can explain your stagnation. You can be able to explain, why am I stuck? Why is this situation like this? And yes, people will hear you and they will say, yes, that's how it is. But the truth is this: excuses cannot cure stagnation. Excuses, they can gather sympathy, but they cannot generate transformation. And many have been gathering sympathy through excuses. Today I am asking you to take a shift from excuses to execution. Every excuse that protects your comfort, never forget this. Every excuse that protects your comfort, it can also imprison your future. And so I want you to interrogate your excuses and begin to ask yourself the question, what have I been making excuses about, and yet I am supposed to be taking action? In this Easter season, I want you to get to execution. In this Easter season, I want you to say, well, no more excuses. Not this year again. Because excuses keep you to a place you call someday island, someday country, someday city, someday achievement. Which is this that you are calling someday? That someday thinking, someday I will start, someday I will improve, someday I will take control. But you're not actually moving. Destinies do not die in rebellion. Destinies do not die in anything else. Destinies die in ignorance. Destinies die in postponement. There are people who are supposed to write a book, but they postponed. There are people who are supposed to start a business, but they postponed. There are people who were supposed to return to school, but they postponed. There are people who are supposed to improve their health, but they postponed. There are people who are supposed to fix their finances, but they postponed. There are people who are supposed to build their ministry, but they postponed. There are people who are supposed to heal their family, but they postponed. There are people who are meant to be married last year or even this year, but they postponed. And that is why I came here to declare and to have this conversation and let you know that your excuses are imprisoning your future. And so we are saying, no more excuses. Listen carefully. One of the dangerous days in the human calendar. Hear this. Stop scrolling now. I want to tell you about one of the dangerous days in the human calendar. That day is called someday. That is the most dangerous day in the calendar of human destiny. It never arrives until you take action today. So even if you keep saying, someday I will do this, someday I will get married, someday I will start a business, someday I will go back to school. Which is this someday? The graveyard of potential is full of people who intended to act but never acted. The late Dr. Miles Monroe, who was one of my mentors, used to say that there are many singers, there are many great men who lie on the grave with intentions that were never fulfilled. So you must come to a point where you say, I will not allow excuses to imprison my future. The difference between the dreamer and the destiny mover is not desire. It is disciplined action. Somebody must say this morning, I will not wait for perfect conditions. I will not wait until I feel better. I will not wait until fear disappears. I will not wait until everybody approves. I will not wait until all doors are open. I will start where I am. I will use what I have. I will do what I can. I will move now. Listen to me. Today I came to say to you, No more excuses. No more excuses. Stop those excuses, because those excuses are stealing away your future. You got to take the shift from excuses to execution. You got to make that shift and say, I will not stay thinking about that day they call someday. I've said that one of the dangerous days in human destiny is what we call the someday. A time somewhere in the future where you say you will do it. A time somewhere in the future where you say, I will take action. But listen to me. An action that is not taken today, it is going to imprison your future. Stop saying that you will do it. When are you going to do it? When are you going to do it? Yeah, you must be the one to do it. You must be the one to take action. I read somewhere about somebody who said, you can't hire someone to do the push-ups for you. This is somebody who is doing exercise, and he says you can't hire someone to do the push-ups for you. You got to be the one to do the push-ups. You got to be the one to take the requisite action. You got to be the one to say, well, I am tired of this situation. You got to take 100% responsibility. Don't wait for someone to do it for you. You're the one to take that 100% responsibility, and you stop taking excuses. Listen to me. You may not change the circumstances of your life. You may not change the seasons of your life. You cannot even change the wind or the climate. But the truth is, you can change yourself. So today we are saying, no more excuses. No more excuses. Now, the real battle is what we call self-discipline. That is the real battle. The real battle is self-discipline. Self-discipline is the force that can help a person to take a step, accept responsibility, write the goals that need to be written, take action that needs to be taken, persist, improve, rise. So today we are saying, no more excuses. The real battle is not out there. The real battle is within. Today I am asking you to choose between what is easy and what is necessary. Today I am asking you to choose between what is convenient, because there are things that are convenient, and what is constructive. There are things that appear comfortable, but they won't take you anywhere. Even as I speak to you, I also speak to myself, because the journey of destiny is never complete. The highway to destiny is always under construction. It completes in phases. Oh, that's so powerful. The journey to destiny, the highway of destiny, is always under construction, because there are phases of destiny. And so you might be in one phase and you are moving to another phase. So today we are saying, no more excuses. You got to take the right action. You got to stand. You got to stop wishing a place called someday. That is the most dangerous day of the human calendar, called someday. So many people want success, but they don't want the structure that sustains success. Many people want the harvest, but they do not want the habits that produce harvest. Ndio maana wamekwama, because many people want visibility, but they don't want the discipline in the hidden places. Listen to me. Listen to me. Never forget this. Every visibility that is real, genuine, impactful, it has costed many hours of discipline in the secret place, in the hidden place. And many times we only see what is, before our faces. Many times we see what is before our view. But the truth is, before perfect things come, a lot of time has been taken behind the scenes to work on them. So are you there this morning and you're in your life experiencing some form of limitation of a kind, or you're feeling stuck? I want to speak to someone who is tired of waiting, somebody who is tired of the condition that they are in. I want to say to you today that no more excuses. Stop giving those excuses. Those excuses will take away your destiny. You have to give up all your excuses. Yeah, no more excuses. Listen to me. 99% of all failures come from people who have a habit of making excuses. 99% of failures come from people who have a habit of making excuses. That is why today I am asking you to say no more excuses. If you want to create the life of your dreams, then you're going to have to say no more excuses. You got to give up all excuses, all your victim stories. Oh, I came from a bad place. Oh, I didn't have enough education. There are people in this world who have succeeded beyond their wildest imagination without a college degree. So somebody cannot say that I don't have a degree. Somebody cannot say I come from a poor background. We know of people in this world who have succeeded even coming from very difficult background. So poor background is an excuse. No degree is an excuse. And that is why I am asking someone today to take an action, and he says no more excuses. I came to take away the excuses from you. I want you to give up those excuses forever. Then tomorrow you are going to meet with you and you are going to tell me, thank you for this quote that I saw. Thank you for this presentation that I saw. This is a presentation for those who feel enough is enough. This is a presentation for those who feel I got to take action. This is a presentation for those who feel I got to take the position that I need to take. You have to take the position that you have always had the power to take, but for some reason you have allowed yourself to be excused. I say to you this morning that you have the power to make that difference that you want to make. You have the power to produce the desired result. But let me tell you the reason why you are stuck. The reason why you are stuck is because of excuses. Excuses may feel logical. Excuses may feel reasonable. Excuses are self-justifying. Excuses stop you. You have to say today, for whatever reason, every excuse must fall. If something is to turn out as you planned, then you got to make up your mind and say, now, how did I create this position that I am in? Is it because of the excuses that I've given myself? What was I thinking? What was my beliefs? What did I say? What did I not say? What did I do or not do to create the result that I am finding myself in. There is a formula that I read, and this is a formula. They say like this: listen to me, never forget this all the days of your life. You will thank me later. This is what they say. This is a formula. They say event. It is not my own. I just read it somewhere. This is what they say in this formula. Event plus response equals outcome. I repeat again. Event plus response equals outcome. The basic idea in this formula is this: every outcome you experience in life, it is a result of how you have responded to other events in your life. What does that mean? If you want to change your outcome, you got to change your response. And today I am addressing one response: excuses. You can blame the event for your lack of results. You can blame the economy, you can blame the weather, you can blame lack of money, you can blame gender, you can blame bias, you can blame government, but in the end you can blame your wife if you are married, or husband, you can blame your colleagues, but in the end it goes back to one thing: that person called you. That person called you can make up your mind and say, well, I got to change my mind. No more excuses in my life. And so, do you know, many times you are not stopped by people, you are stopped by your own excuses. It is not the external circumstances that stop you. It is not the economy. It is not the government. It is not where you are born. It is not the level of your education. I dare say to you, it is your excuses that has been responsible for the failure for you to move forward in destiny. We stop ourselves. We think those thoughts that are called limiting thought. We engage in what is called self-defeating behaviors. We defend what we call our destructive habit. We defend that. Yeah. We are the people who do not take action. We are the people who engage in gossip. We are the people who eat unhealthy food. We are the people who fail to exercise. We are the people who spend more money than we make. We are the people who fail to invest in our future. We are the people who fail to avoid unnecessary conflict. We are the people who fail to tell the truth. And so, this is the point. The reason why many people don't make it in life and destiny is because of excuses. You can blame the event. This is what I am saying. You can blame the event for lack of results. But you can instead of blaming the event, you can change your response. You say event plus response equals outcome. So you can change your response to the event, the way things are, and say, I am going to get the outcome that I want to see. You have to regain control of your thoughts. You got to regain control of your images, your dreams. You got to regain your behavior. Everything you think, listen to me, everything you say, everything you do, it needs to become intentional. It needs to be aligned to your purpose, to your values, and to your goals. So listen to me now. If you don't like your outcomes, change your responses. Many people are not going forward because they have refused to take the shift from excuses to execution. And this is the shift that I am asking you to take today. Everything that you experience today is as a result of the choices that you have made in the past. So today is the result of the choices you have made in the past. So this is what I'm asking you to do. Shift from excuses to execution. That is why today I titled my Destiny Matters program, No More Excuses. Nimekataa my excuses. Because hizi my excuses ndizo zinanistakisha. They are the ones that are making me to get stuck. Now, self-discipline is what makes you wake up early in the morning while others are still asleep. Self-discipline is what makes you study when entertainment is the easiest thing to do. Self-discipline is the thing that tells you go back to school when you're supposed to be hanging out, just doing what we call sweet nothings. Self-discipline is what makes you to apologize when pride says, don't act, be silent. Self-discipline is what makes you to say, I will start small. Your ego is telling you, you wait, but you start small. Listen to me. A person without self-discipline will always negotiate with destiny. This is what I said and I repeat it again. Excuses may appear logical. Excuses may appear comfortable. Excuses may appear convincing. Then what? Excuses may appear logical, but they don't stop or they don't take you forward. You still remain stuck. So today, I want you to say, no more excuses. I'm not going to take excuses again. You say that to yourself. No more blaming. I am going to take responsibility for my life. No more blaming. Yeah. Excuses thrive where responsibility is absent. Excuses thrive when we start blaming others instead of taking the actions that we should take. Listen to me now. There comes a point in life where you stop saying, they did not help me. Ulikuwa unangojea usaidiwe na nani? Wacha kusema hawakukusaidia. Stop saying, they did not help me. Who are they? You got no more excuses. You got to say, no, I'm gonna take responsibility. I'm not going to excuse again. A time must come where you must stop saying, my parent failed me. Well, so after that, the parents may have been dead. The parents right now may even be incapable. Or you got to get to a point where you say, I'm not going to live in this island called excuses, or wait for an island called someday. The most dangerous day in the human calendar is called someday. A day that you wish you will do something that you are not acting on today. A day when you envision that I'm going to arrive at a certain place, yet you're not taking the steps that needs to be taken today. We need to get to a point where we stop saying, the system broke me. No. You got to get to a point where you stop saying, nobody believed in me. You got to get to a point where you stop saying, I was treated unfairly. No. You got to say, no more excuses. So, listen, some of these things may be true, that Maybe some people are wounded very deeply. Maybe some people are disadvantaged genuinely. I don't want to be ignorant about that. It is true you are mistreated. It is true you are overlooked. It is true you are rejected. It is true they did not help you. It is true the system blocked you. It is true that you are denied. It's true that you are denied. Then what? Then what? We got to get to a point where you move from stuck and you say, I am not going to give excuses a chance again. Remember, excuses can feel logical. Excuses can feel justifiable. Yes, excuses can feel comfortable. They give you comfort and you are happy that you have not achieved, and you can explain it away. You can talk to somebody and tell them, this is the reason why this happened, and my parents, I could not go to school, the economy was hard, All these things are good, but they will imprison your future. All these things are good, but they have no say in the excuses. My proposal today is that you got to say no more excuses. You got to say, I'm tired of staying in this level. Leo ninaongea na mtu ambaye ako tired. Mtu ambaye anangojea, anataka kwenda in a certain place na sijafika. I'm talking to somebody who is saying, I have been stuck in this area. Kwa nini nikae hapa? Even in the Bible kulikuwa na watu walikuwa wanaitwa foreigners. Walifika mahali wakasema, why should I stay here? Why should we stay here until we die? And those guys, they were sick. Yeah? They were rejected. There was nobody to help them. But they said, if we go to the city, perhaps they might kill us. If we stay here, perhaps we might continue with this condition becoming a challenge. But they said, we are going to go. We are going to go to the city. Whatever happens, let it happen. What are we talking about? We are talking about no more excuses. In our Destiny Matters conversation this morning, I am asking you to drop those excuses. Will you use pain as an explanation forever? Or will you take responsibility to move forward? Listen to me. Responsibility is not denying what happened. Responsibility is deciding what you will do now. I'm not asking you to deny what happened. What happened, happened. What you went through, you went through. Those are facts of life. But listen to me. You can take up responsibility and say, yes, nilipitia hii, I went through this, but is this the end of my life? Am I going to remain stuck here because of what happened? Well, I think I have a different thought. I have a different idea. I have a different proposal that you can say, no more excuses. Yeah. You can't say that it is your family background. We know people who have had very difficult family background, but today they are people who are impacting the world. You cannot even say it is disability. We see people who are disabled, but yet they are doing massive things in this universe. You cannot say that it is education. How many people have no college degree, and yet they are great people doing great things? So lack of degree is not an excuse. Family background is not an excuse. Community that you stay in is not an excuse. Colleagues that are surrounding you is not an excuse. You got to take that opportunity and say, enough of these excuses. Until when will you keep saying, and giving yourself illogical, self-justifying reasons why you are not taking steps, and yet your destiny continues to remain stuck. Hey, I came this morning to wake you up. I came this morning to say to you, wewe, wachana na excuses. Leave those excuses aside and say, I will not keep explaining away my failures. I will not keep explaining away my action. Sasa nitakufia hapa kwa sababu hili jambo lilitendeka. No. Today I came to push you from where you are stuck. Today I came to push you so that together we can say, my excuses kando, we must become what God intends us to become. My excuses kando, the talent that is within you must come out. My excuses kando, we say no more excuses. Because the excuse will not take you forward. The excuse will imprison your future. The excuse will cause you to feel comfortable today, but very, very, very dire situation tomorrow. And so today I am asking everyone listening to me this morning. You may not be responsible for your beginning, but you are responsible for your direction. It is true you may not be responsible for every eventuality that happened in your life, but you have a responsibility of the response that you give to this thing. Are you just joining me now? Stay with me a little bit. We're talking about no more excuses. Share this. Let somebody hear this. Somebody needs to hear this. You got to share this. You got to like this. Because many people in the world today are stuck in a place called excuses. They are waiting for an island that is called someday island. They are waiting for a day in the calendar called someday. That is the most dangerous day in the calendar, called someday. Someday I will get married. Someday I will go to Canada. Someday I will start a new job. Someday I will go to church. Someday. What is that someday? That island called someday. It is the most dangerous day in the human calendar. A day called someday. And I am asking somebody here this morning to declare from today, nimekataa hii kitu ya kusema siku moja. Siku moja nitaoa. Siku moja nitafungua biashara. Siku moja nitaenda UK. Siku moja leave that thinking called someday. Start now. Do it now. What are you doing today so that you can get to that day you are calling someday? Stop scrolling. Your excuses is stopping you. I came here to let you know that your excuses is stopping you. You are justifying yourself with excuses. You are saying, oh, I am this, I am that, I come from where, I didn't get this, I didn't get that. Listen to me. You got to take a step. You got to rise. You got to say, no more excuses. You got to take responsibility for your life. Thank you for those likes. Thank you. Thank you for those likes that I'm seeing. Asanteni sana. Share this live. We need to let somebody know that this is the opportunity to rise. Many people are just staying there and they are wondering, why has my life turned out the way it has turned out? The truth is, the problem is not even the economy. The problem is not even the devil. The problem is not even your colleague. The problem may not even be your family background. The problem perhaps is you. The problem perhaps is, excuses that you're giving to yourself. Thank you for those who are sharing the live. Thank you for those who are liking. We need somebody to wake up. We need somebody to rise. We need somebody to know, kube hii kitu ni mimi nimekuwa katika shida. Kube I am the person who is responsible for the things that I am finding in my life. And so in Destiny Matters this morning, I am pushing you from excuses to execution. Yeah, I am asking you to say no more excuses in my life. You may not be responsible for every closed door, but you are responsible for whether you keep knocking, whether you keep learning, whether you keep growing, or whether you keep moving forward. People rise when they stop saying, who is to blame? People rise when they start saying, what must I do now? Are you listening to me this morning? Destiny demands you to say, no more excuses. Yeah? And so, how do we move now from excuses to execution? As I begin to round up. Now, how do we move from these now excuses to execution? Destiny demands clarity. This is Destiny Matters, Saturday morning, 7:30 a.m. We come here to talk about destiny. And today we are saying the reason why destinies get delayed is because of excuses. Excuses are self-justifying reasons that may appear logical to the someone who is making those claims, but they never take them further. They just imprison them. And so today we are saying that many people are failing today, not because they lack energy, but because they lack clarity. Not because they are not gifted, but because they are allowing their excuses to become the reason why they cannot be moving forward. Listen to me. Thank you, blessed, graced. No more excuses in my destiny. Wonderful. I am with you. I'm with you. Thank you. Thank you for those who are joining me this morning. I appreciate all of you. Wisely Konyo, thank you. Hannah, Kelvin Ouma, Talis, and Maxwell Babu, Edwin Gogo, Paunia Dumu, Gige, Pelus, Keith, Kamau, Minion, Osborne, what's happening there? Maiz, Baiteman Overa, Critic Hope, Sheruv, I see you. It's Nyamaz, I see you. Diligent Realtors, all right. All those have BK, Bishop Simon Kuria. I can see all of you here. And this is what I'm saying to you today. The reason why destinies get stuck is because of excuses. So I'm asking you today, if I ask you, what exactly do you want in the next 12 months? What kind of a person do you want to become? What kind of life do you want to live? If I ask you, what one discipline is going to transform your future? If I ask you, what specific result are you pursuing? Would you be willing or would you be able to answer that? Can you answer? You cannot say, I want to do better, I want to grow, I want to succeed, I want things to change, but you are not specific, you are not taking action. Listen to me. Vague desire produces weak movement. Vague desire produces weak movement. When there is vague desire, you're not very specific, then what you end up with is wishes. And they say that if wishes were horses, you know who would ride? The beggars would ride, they say. So you must define. If you say, I want to be better, ask yourself, better in what area? If you say, I want to grow, you need to ask, grow in what capacity? If you say, I want to succeed, you need to ask yourself, succeed in what assignment? If you say, I want to change, you need to ask yourself, change beginning from where? And so, when a person becomes clear, excuses begin to lose strength. When a person becomes clear, clarity begins to be the thing that gives them the accountability that they desire. So, what am I asking you to do? I am pushing you from excuses to execution. I am pushing you from excuses to execution. And light the vision, then work the vision. Light the vision, then work the vision. There is power in writing down. There is power in writing down. Writing clarifies the thought. Writing exposes vagueness. Writing confronts fantasy. Writing converts desire into intention. So there is power in writing. So in order for you to move from excuses to execution, you got to write down. Many people carry dreams in their head, but they never bring it into disciplined form. So what am I asking you to do today? Write the book idea. Write the financial target. Write the prayer plan. Write the ministry direction. Write the healthy goal. Write the family objective. Andika. Write it. Write the academic plan. Write the business steps. Because when a thing stays only in the imagination, it just becomes that an emotional thing that might never come to pass. So when you write it, you put a date to it. When you write it, you commit yourself to do it. Because we are saying this morning that the most dangerous day in the human calendar, it is called someday. A time in the future that is wished for, but nobody is taking action today to get there. So a dream becomes destiny when the discipline gives it the legs. Discipline is what gives the dream the legs that are required to take it to the destiny. So stop worshiping comfort. Oh, that is so powerful. Stop worshiping comfort. I want to say that the third time. It is so powerful. Stop worshiping comfort. One of the reasons excuses survive is because many people are addicted to comfort. Comfort can be very dangerous when it keeps you from growth. And the easy chair is not always a blessing. The easy chair. The easy chair is sometimes a trap. The easiest thing sometimes is not the most rewarding thing. Sometimes the most comfortable path sometimes is a path that is not transformative. I want to celebrate those that are joining me right now. I am talking about no more excuses. Thank you, Tess. I can see you. Thank you very much. Hannah K. Thank you. Taris. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So, the question that I'm asking you today, why is it that you're stuck? Could it be that you're stuck because you're worshiping comfort? You have taken what we call, or what many people call, the path of least resistance. That is the most challenging, or the path that has been responsible for the men and the women in this world getting stuck. It is called the path of least resistance. Your path of least resistance is where people move to what is easy. People move to what is gratifying. The path of least resistance is the path where you choose easy over what is necessary. It's a path where you choose comfort at the expense of calling. It's a path where you choose convenience. It's a path where you choose pleasure. You don't choose purpose. It's called the path of least resistance. Every time you keep walking on the path of least resistance, what happens? You remain below your capacity. Now listen to me. Great lives are built by people who desire to be uncomfortable for the sake of becoming stronger. So you got to wake up earlier. You got to push further. You got to lead longer. You got to save more. You got to focus deeper. You got to stay in the assignment. You got to keep showing up. That is what we call moving beyond comfort zone. Moving beyond excuses to execution. Because comfort says, how can I feel good now? That is the sound of comfort. How can I feel good now? Hiyo ni comfort. Every time you are asking yourself, how can I feel good now? But destiny asks, what must I do now to become what I am meant to be? What must I do now to become what I am meant to be? That is a question of destiny. The question of comfort asks, what must I do to feel good now? Feel goodism, what I call feel goodism. Feel goodism will imprison your future. Feel goodism, in philosophical language, they call it hedonism. A desire for pleasure, a desire for what is convenient, a desire for what is pleasurable now. That one is limiting to the destinies of men. Why don't you share this to someone? Why don't you like it? Why don't you let somebody know? If this is blessing you, if this is inspiring you, why don't you share it with someone? Why don't you like it? Why don't we give good things? Don't keep good things to yourself. Release them to others, and let somebody know that they can rise beyond their excuses. Can you imagine kuna mtu leo who is staying in the house, anakaa akijisimpathizia akisema it is because of my family line, it is because of my education, it is because they did not help me. All those things are self-justifying excuses. They might even be true, they might even be logical, but the truth is, then what? Then what? So that is why this morning, in my Destiny Matters program, I am saying no more excuses. And I can tell you, I'm going to start with myself. I didn't just come here to say theoretical things. I'm not a theoretician just to talk about theories. 1 year from now, I will leave this message that I am presenting this morning. I will cast out all those excuses I've been giving myself. And then I say, no, I'm going to rise. I'm going to go far. And I'm inviting you to take that journey with me. Let us take that journey together. So that 1 year from now, sisa hii ni April, by the time we get to April 2027, you begin to say, I am not going to be the same again. Not even begin. Ukute ya kwamba you have covered a lot of distance. You have moved very fast. You have done so much. Not because kuna mtu alikuja na kitu from outside, but because something within you said, enough is enough of being stuck. Enough is enough of staying in this level. Enough is enough of just staying, in this situation. I want to rise. I want to go far. I want to become the person that I needed to be. Now, listen to me. Today I am asking you to move from excuses to execution. The excuses are comfortable, they are justifiable. But this morning I am moving you. I want to move you from excuses. I hear you that they didn't help you. I hear you that the system stopped you. I hear you when you say you didn't get a degree. I hear you when you say that the economy is bad. I hear you. Yes. Then what? Today, I'm asking you to move from excuses to execution. Stay with me. I'm giving you some strategies just now. Before I leave, I'm giving you some strategies. In fact, I've just given you one strategy that you got to be a person that moves from just wishing and then begin to write. You got to write. You got to light it down. Light it down and say, I am not going to just say things. I am going to write them down. Listen to me. The future is not determined by what you desire. The future is determined by what you develop. It is not what you desire that changes life. It is what you develop. What do you develop? So in Destiny Matters this morning, I am pushing you to cast down the excuses and begin to take the actions that are required. If you want uncommon results, why don't you build uncommon habits? Why don't you take uncommon steps? Why don't you develop an uncommon discipline? So do not just say, I want increase, but you don't want improvement. Do not just say, I want influence, but you reject preparation. Do not just say, I want impact, but you avoid training. Do not just say, I want doors, but you neglect competence. One of the ways to move from excuses to execution is being possessed by a spirit of excellence. Excellence silences excuses. So powerful. Excellence silences excuses. When you decide to become better, better in speech, better in leadership, better in communication, better in finances, better in health, better in ministry, better in relationships. When you decide to become better, you stop waiting for miracles to do what discipline can do. You stop, you see, let me say this. God opens doors, but you must be willing to walk through them. You got to be willing to walk through those doors. Opportunity, hear this, so powerful. Opportunity without preparation becomes frustration. Opportunity without preparation becomes frustration. So, I want to ask yourself in this life this morning, what skill must I improve this year? What knowledge must I gain this year? What habit must I confront? What weaknesses must I stop protecting? No more excuses. No more excuses. The third strategy. Strategy number 1, write it down. Strategy number 2, develop a spirit of excellence. Strategy number 3, which I am bringing to you, to move you from excuses to execution, is what is called courage. Fear stops many people from acting, but courage grows when somebody moves forward. They move towards what they fear, not away. They stop retreating, but they begin to advance towards the obstacle. They begin to advance towards the challenge. They begin to advance towards what needs to be done. Many excuses are fear. Many excuses. They are fear that is wearing a respectable suit. It's just fear. The excuse says, I need more time. But the truth is, it is saying, I am afraid to fail. The excuse says, I am thinking about it. But the truth is, I am afraid of rejection. Fear has stopped many dreams from becoming a reality. Courage, they say, is not the absence of fear, but it is the ability to take your fear to the unknown. It is the ability to confront your fear. Many people fear what people will say. Many people fear how people will respond. Many people fear about how they are going to be taken. Taken by who? Who is thinking about your life? You are alone. You are on your own. Why don't you take the steps that need to be taken? While you're taking your excuses, somebody is advancing with the same time. Somebody is advancing with the strategy. Somebody is moving forward. Listen to me this morning. You must learn to submit the application where you are still afraid. You must learn to make the call where you are still afraid. You must learn to start that YouTube channel where you are still afraid. You must learn to preach if you are a preacher man where you are still afraid. You must learn to launch the project where you are still afraid. You have to confront the issue where you are still afraid. You have to step out where you are still afraid. Do it afraid. Do it afraid. What does that mean? That movement weakens fear. It is when you begin to move. It is when you begin to take steps. It is when you begin to do what needs to be done that fear begins to move away. Meanwhile, wakati ulikuwa unaanza, ulikuwa unaogopa. You are wondering, how will it be received? But you moved on anyway. Will I get the results? But you moved anyway. Will I get the victory? But you moved anyway. Why are you fearing? When you begin to move, that is when fear begins to crumble one by one. So strategy number 3 of moving from excuses to execution. You got to license courage. Thank you, Degnet Rema, all the way from Ethiopia. Thank you for joining me. I wish you well. May you become what God desires for you in your destiny. Thank you for those who have joined me while I was still moving forward. I want to appreciate all of you. I can see you on SES. I can see you, Leaky Abraham. I can see you. Thank you. All those people who are joining me and those who are still with me since I started. Akina Blessed Grace, Dr.Beekay. Thank you, Testimony. All these people who are here, you are a powerful group of people. Let us keep having this conversation. If all of us here, I can see we are a sizable number of people here who have heard this, who have joined this. If we can share this with someone and tell someone, well, every step you take in the direction of your purpose reduces the strength of fear, weakens excuses in your life. And so, listen to me. Step number 4 is what I call persistence. For you to move from what is called excuses to execution, then you got to be persistent. You do not quit too early. Do not quit too early. Persistence is taking action. Persistence is gaining momentum. Listen to this and never forget all your life. Momentum is your best friend. Did you hear that? Momentum is your best friend. What is momentum? Momentum is the ability to gather steam. Momentum is the ability to maintain movement. Momentum is a capacity to be consistent. Momentum is your best friend. And many times there is no problem in starting. Many times there is no problem in moving forward. But many times the problem is in gaining momentum. I want to give you an example of a flywheel concept. When you have what we call the flywheel, when the flywheel begins to roll, it takes somebody adding another push to that flywheel. And as he added the push, one push adds the momentum, another push adds another momentum. And over time, as you keep pushing and pushing and pushing, then you find that the flywheel keeps rolling and rolling and rolling because there is somebody who is pushing it to give it momentum. And that is what persistence is all about. Taking the step to keep moving. When delay comes, you keep moving. When resistance comes, you keep moving. When criticism comes, you keep moving. When there is lack of immediate results, you keep moving. When you hear voices telling you, maybe this is not for you, you keep moving. Persistence is stick-to-itiveness. Persistence is staying with the goal. Persistence is keeping the routine. Persistence is maintaining the prayer. Persistence is continuing the discipline. Persistence is refusing to collapse. That is why I'm asking you, if you have to move from excuses and enter to what we call execution, then you got to be persistent. Roots grow when the fruits begin to show. Some of you are closer than you think. But the enemy of your next season has already given you temptation to quit. And I want to ask you this morning to reject what is called premature surrender. There is something called premature surrender. You are surrendering too early. I want you to say, I will not stop because it is difficult. I will not stop because it is slow. I will not stop because I was resisted. I will not stop because I am tired. Kama ni kupumzika ni sawa. I will rest if I must. I will adjust if I must. I will run if I must, but I will not stop. I will not make excuses and abandon my destiny. Now, let me make this very practical. No more excuses. Where am I asking you to make no more excuses? No more excuses in your spiritual life. Stop saying, I am too busy to pray. I do not have time for the word. I will become serious with God later. Your spirit cannot be strong if your devotion is weak. No more excuses in your personal growth. Stop saying, I am too old to run. Stop saying, school is not for me. Stop saying, books are not my theme. Stop saying, I already know enough. Growth is a choice. Stop excuses. No more excuses in your finances. Stop saying, I will save when I earn more. Stop saying, I cannot manage money. Stop saying, things are hard to start. You got to start small. You got to start discipline. You got to start now. No more excuses in your health. I'm asking you, no more excuses in your health. Stop saying, I'll begin next week. I do not have time to walk. My body is just like this. Listen to me. Your future needs your strength. No more excuses in your calling. Stop saying, someone else will do it. I am not ready for it. I do not have the right platform. The environment is not ideal. Stop waiting for that perfect environment. You got to start now. You got to do it now. Nobody will do it for you. You cannot hire someone to do the push-ups for you. You got to be the one to do the push-ups. You can't hire someone to do the push-ups for you. You got to be the one to do the push-ups. Yes. Excuses are reasons that you give. They are justifiable to you. They are logical to you, even to those who hear you. But the truth is, they will never cure stagnation. They will never advance you. They will never take you to your destiny. And so many people are stuck today because of excuses. There comes a moment when a person must draw the line and say, enough. Enough blame. Enough delay. Enough hiding. Enough postponing. Enough explaining what you should have changed already. So progress begins when you as a person begins to say, I will not rationalize inaction again. I want to commit myself to what is called disciplined action. That is what we call the movement. I am speaking to somebody now. Maybe you have lost years. Maybe you have wasted opportunities. Maybe you have repeated the same thing for too long and you are not seeing any result. Maybe you have carried legitimate pain, the pain of rejection, the pain of those that never helped you. All these forms of pain, I don't deny, these are facts of life. Maybe you have started and collapsed many times, but hear this. As long as you are still alive, your destiny is still calling you. As long as you are still alive, you can begin again. You can rebuild. You can relearn. I read a statement by one philosopher called Alvin Toffler. Alvin Toffler was a philosopher. He said, the illiterate of the 21st century are those who refuse to learn and relearn. That is Alvin Toffler. The illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who never went to school, but they are those who do not learn. They do not unlearn. Some of the things they knew, they say these ones are not making sense anymore, so I'm not going to work with them. And they are not willing to relearn, to learn new things. Like now, this is the age of artificial intelligence, AI. If you are in the world today and you are not thinking about how AI can help you, or how AI can move you forward, or how AI can make your work easier, already you are being illiterate, according to Alvin Toffler, because you are refusing to unlearn and you are refusing to relearn. Nilikuwa wapi? I was talking about as long as you are alive, you can build again, you can restart, you can recover focus, you can recover discipline, you can recover ground. Listen to this and never forget all your life. Nobody can bring you down without your permission. Nobody can bring you down without your permission. Nobody can demean you without your permission. Nobody can write you off without your permission. The reason why you are written off is because you allowed yourself to be written off. So today we are saying, no more excuses. I want to begin crossing. I want to cross. In my crossing charge, I now want to speak to your spirit. I want to speak to your spirit. I want to speak to your spirit as I cross. And this is what I want to say. I'm speaking to your spirit right now. You are not sent here to spend your whole life explaining why you did not become. You are not created to remain in potential or stay in postponement. You are not gifted to die in hesitation. There is a life with your name on it. There is a level with your name on it. There is a discipline that is demanded so that you can rise to become that person that God wants you to be. There is a version of you that is waiting for you to take certain disciplines so that it can appear. I love good technology myself. I have a passion for technology, a great passion. I like new softwares. I like trying out new technologies, new apps, especially the productivity ones. I have a liking, almost an addiction. But what I see is that they move versions from one version to another version to another version. So they say version 1.0, version 1.0, 1.2, version 5.0, version 4.5, and you find that some softwares are in their 7th version. But what is it that makes a software move from version 1 to version 2? It's improvement. And so when I say there is a version of you waiting to emerge, I am being influenced by that passion that I have for software. And say like this: there is a version of you, but that version, which is better, will only appear if at all you take the step to say, no more excuses. I'm not going to make excuses anymore. Remember, we said excuses are justifiable. They are logical, but they don't take you forward. So arise. Arise above delay. Arise above self-pity. Yes. Arise above fear. Arise above comfort. Arise above someday. If there is anything that I have said in this life that is so powerful, maybe somebody should put that somewhere. The most dangerous day in the calendar is called someday. That's the most dangerous day in the calendar. And many people are tied in that day called someday. Someday. A day that you wish things will happen. A day that you wish you will become. But you're not taking steps today. Lakini unajijustify. Someday I'll get married. Someday I'll start a job. Someday I'll go to UK. Someday I will. Someday I will sing a song. Someday I will write a book. That someday syndrome, I've even changed it to a syndrome. Someday syndrome. A time in future. No action is tied to it. But it is an excuse for the reason why things are where they are today. So I'm asking you today, no more excuse it. You say it. I want you to spend your day saying this until your spirit registers it. No more excuses. No more retreat. No more self-sabotage. I will move. I will grow. I will act. I will become. No more excuses. No more excuses. No more excuses. Every time you work, every time you do things, spend the day saying, no more excuses. No more excuses. No more excuses. Refuse every excuse, every mindset of delay in your life. And that is what is going to take your life to the next level. And so this has been, I think this is one of the longest lives that I've ever done. And this life has been a powerful life. I'm going to repost this in different ways. And this is what I'm asking you to do. I started while it was still early. You can see from my window that the sun has already set. And we are saying no more excuses. We refuse all the excuses again. And we want to start moving forward to take the life that God wants us to take. And so I wish you a blessed Saturday, a blessed Easter weekend, and see you again on Monday morning. Wish you a powerful service tomorrow wherever you go. Oh, today is Friday. It's not, today is Saturday, yes. Tomorrow, when is today? Yes, it is Saturday, 4th April. As you go tomorrow to your services, I wish you a blessed time, and then we'll see you again on Monday morning. Thank you.